Hey guys, it's Jenny again from WTF Homestead. I hope everybody is having an awesome day today. I am going to have a very long day today. As anybody that has seen my videos on the Azure Standard haul, I bought 50 pounds of organic potatoes. So today I am putting them up. And I've got to get them done, and I'm kind of bummed because today is actually a very nice day outside after several days of pretty cold weather, and it would have been a great day to get outside. I'm just itching to get out and get my garden done. I want to get my greenhouse built and my garden beds together and stuff like that. And I kept telling myself that the first really good day that we get, I'm going to be out there, and it's today, and I already had it set up and everything ready to go with these potatoes, and I've got to get them done. I do not want them going bad. It's too many potatoes to lose. So anyway, so today I'm going to be putting them up. I think I may try a couple of different ways of putting them up, so we'll see as we go. I have absolutely no idea how many jars this is going to be taking, and I'm going to put them up in pint-sized jars just because that's better for the two of us. So I don't know how many jars I'm going to need. So I have dumped out 10 pounds of potatoes, and I'm going to get all these peeled and chopped and everything the way I want them. And I'm going to see how many jars it fills so that I can kind of get an idea of how many I'm going to need for the rest of them. So anyway, it's not going to be anything super hard, but you guys come along with me and let's can some potatoes. So I'm going to move you down here where you can see. Okay, I think I've got everything set up now. I've got just a bag to throw my scraps in so I can take them out to the compost a little easier. I've got my potatoes, my cutting board, and then I just have a pan. It just has water in it. I've read online that a lot of people will say they add a little bit of either lemon juice or vinegar to the water, and it just, all that's for is to keep them from turning brown until you can get them in your jars. I don't want that taste, so I don't know if I'm being really weird. This is just plain water, and I think if I do it in these smaller batches, and if I look and see that they're starting to turn a little color, I may stop and jar some up and go ahead and get them in the canner. Speaking of which, while I'm thinking about it, my canner is on the stove right now. It has its water in it, but it's not turned on because all this is just going to be raw packed, so it'll be cold. So everything will be cold. So I'm just going to peel these first and chop them up, and then I will throw them in my water. However, I did notice that on a lot of these, if you can see, the eyes are starting to come out on these potatoes, and since they're organic, I'm thinking about saving a few of these small ones, the little small ones, out. I haven't planted any potatoes yet. I have just a couple that I've had for just a little while that have started getting some little sprouts on them. But yeah, like these that have several, I think I'm going to save a few of those out since they're organic and try to do those. So other than that, I'm going to just start peeling everything. So let's get started. This is basically the boring long step at this point. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and relax. Okay, so I'm not sure I thought that through entirely. I don't know why I was dicing them first and then throwing them in here because they're covered in dirt. So I'm going to change up a little bit. I'm going to peel everything first, throw them in here in the water, rinse everything off, and then I'll bring them back and cut them and put them in there. So back to peeling. I've got all these potatoes peeled. I rinsed everything off, got everything all cleaned up again. I don't know why I was thinking chop them first because I want to get all the dirt off of them. So anyway, I rinsed these out and I'm just going to start chopping these and putting them in my water, and then we'll see how many jars this fills up. And I took a coffee break. Gotta have the coffee. Okay, I've got all of my potatoes diced, and on this batch I want a small dice. This is the way we like to eat them. I like the smaller pieces. I use these a lot for hash browns in the morning, and just kind of little bits sauteed in different things. I add them to green beans and stuff like that. So I wanted to try small dice. It's the way we like it. I am very concerned that with the small dice that they will be kind of mushy. So I'm a little concerned about that. So I'm going to try one. This batch will be small dice. The next batch I'm going to do like in about a 1-inch chunk, more like for soups and stews, things like that. And then I could cut them down from there, but I really don't want to. I mean, I buy these in the store diced, so I'm hoping that I can get this to work. I also am not blanching these. I believe even the FDA says to blanch. I am not. I have watched quite a few videos, and there are some out there that people say that the blanching seems to help the end product. But to me, there were more people that said they didn't like them that way. And I really don't, I don't know, to me this is a common sense thing. If I'm cooking it a little bit first and then I'm pressuring it, to me it's just going to make it a little more mushy. I don't know, maybe there's more science behind it than what I know. But to me, it just kind of flies in the face of just common sense. So I don't know. I'm going to go with it this way, and then we'll see. If these are just totally mushy, I hope not. I guess if nothing else, I'll have mashed potatoes, but hopefully they'll hold up, and I can continue to do them this way. So all I'm going to do, I've got my jars here. I am going to put, now you don't have to put anything in here at all. You could just do the potatoes and water and that's it. But I am going to do a little bit of salt and a little bit of garlic salt. I'm going to do a half teaspoon of each in each jar. And then put the potatoes in, and then we're going to fill it up with just water up to the 1-inch head space. Okay, so I just have my little half teaspoon here, and I'm going to put it in the bottom of the jar. 1 teaspoon or a half a teaspoon of each. And like I said, you don't have to do this, but we do tend to add salt to everything, so I don't think this is going to be a bad thing to do. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like, to me, whenever I buy vegetables at the store in cans, I don't like the flavor when they don't have salt. I don't know what the salt does to it, but I don't like the flavor. So, or to me it just has, maybe it's not that I don't like it, it just has a better flavor, the ones with the salt. So that's what I tend to buy. Okay, I'm gonna try these and see, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 8? Well, let's do this one. This will give me a full canner load. Hopefully, we'll see if we'll get 9 pints out of this, I don't know. That would be awesome if I could do one whole, well, we'll just do one whole load, even if I have to pull a few more potatoes out. So let me grab my funnel. Okay, got my funnel. Let's just start putting these in here. I'm gonna need more jars. I way underestimated how many pints this would make. This made 13 pints for just 10, for 10 pounds. Wow. So I'm gonna get a whole lot out of this. And then I decided, since I add this to everything anyway, I did my oh my gosh, lost my train of thought. I did my salt and garlic down on the bottom, and then I did half the potatoes, and then I did a little 1/4 cup of these are just my dehydrated onions and bell peppers. If you haven't seen that video, I did a video on making this. I can link it down at the bottom, or I'll put it at the end of the video. Anyway, so I just did a little 1/4 cup in the jar and then filled it up the rest of the way. I thought, you know what, let's give it a try. I want to see how that turns out. So I think that's actually going to be pretty good. I wish I thought about it before, because honestly, I probably would have done it to all of them. Anyway, so this part's done. I'm just going to top these off with water. And again, we just want to fill it to the 1-inch head space. And hopefully I won't make a huge mess here. Let me get my debubbler. Anytime you have chunks like this, you really want to debubble really well and try to get all of the bubbles out so you don't risk a false seal. So just be really good anytime you have chunks like this. I mean, really anything, but chunks really seem to collect it down there. Headspace is just super important, because these will expand, so you just want to make sure that everything is. I'll take a couple of these out. I think it got a little bit high. All right, let me get my vinegar. I didn't get that. Okay, I got my clean paper towel and some vinegar, and we're just gonna wipe these rims down again. I didn't have water in those. Let me put these on. Well, you just get these to the side. Now let's do the rest of the lids, or the rims. I catch myself saying lids a lot when I'm talking about the rims. Really nothing, there's nothing fatty or anything on these, but just want to make sure there's not one little grain of salt or anything can keep that seal. So keep it from sealing. So I just want to double and triple check, make sure that everything is good. Okay, let me grab my lids. Put the rings on, finger tight, as always. And let's get these over in the canner. Round 2. Let's keep going. Get another coffee. So I've got my potatoes going, and it has started pouring outside. I don't know if you can see it from here. And my electricity has already blinked on and off a couple of times, and my stove is electric. Cross your fingers, pray, pray, pray that I can get these done and not have to reprocess anything. Let's finish these up. Hey guys, it's another day. Last night I just ran out of time with all these potatoes. I have so much to do. Oh my gosh, there's just so much. I finally quit. I pulled the last batch out at about 11:30 or so last night. Anyway, I'll show you what I've done so far. So I have all of these are done, and then I just put a batch in the pressure cooker just a second ago, and then I still have all these left to do. So I'll have a few hours of it again today, and we'll go from there. So I will bring you guys back here in a little bit and let y'all know how they all turned out. So far everything looks good, but I have a few things that I need to explain. So anyway, see y'all here in a little bit. Okay guys, so it's been another very long day. It is after 11 o'clock, right at 11 o'clock, and my last batch is in the canner coming down. The pressure's coming down right now to bring them out. So I wanted to give the final tally. I have 71 pints. This has been so much work, and I had to stop again today. We had a few things come up, and so I had to stop again and put everything on hold one more time, and then I finally got them redone. So these are the ones that I added my onions and bell pepper mix. They don't look very pretty, but we're going to try them and see. I'm hoping that they'll turn out okay. And then I have a bunch of, this is just this is the salt and garlic. I don't know how many of those I got. I didn't do too many of those because I ran out of my garlic. So then I have some that are just salt. I have just a few jars that are just salt and water. And then I did a bunch that are, because this is the way I cook most of my potatoes anyway, I have chicken bouillon in there. I put it in my water when I'm boiling potatoes, so I thought, well, I wanted something a little bit different, so I put that in quite a few jars. So I think those will do okay. But I did do some Rebel canning. So, I'm not sure how I feel about these. I did 6 jars of, these are just raw packed potatoes without any water, and I put about a tablespoon of butter in there. So this is wrong on many levels because there's no liquid, and most people will say without the liquid it is not FDA approved, which is true. The FDA, this is absolutely not endorsed by the FDA or any canning anybody. But there are a lot of people that do these. They say they taste like roasted potatoes, but to me they just don't look right. So you can see that. Don't know if that's coming up clear or not. They just, I don't know. I mean, this is the color of the others, and then these. They sealed. I had one that did not seal, and it looks really gross. This one did not seal, and I mean, they are really turning colors. So this one I'm not eating. I'm gonna throw this out. I did open it and it doesn't smell bad, but I just don't trust it. And for one thing, it's been sitting on my cabinet all day today, so there's no way. It's well after the 24 hours, so I will not be eating this. But I was real curious to see if they went bad in my jar, if they started going bad, how they would start to look. And these are definitely different. The color has definitely darkened. So this is one that has sealed, and this is one that has not, or the one that has not. So there is definitely a difference in those that when the air has gotten to them. So I don't know. Like I said, that one's definitely going to be thrown away. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of them. I'll probably open one here in the next day or so and try it. I'll smell it and all that stuff first just to make sure. But everything else I'm really happy with. So that was my one odd thing that there are a lot of reviews out there and people just really love them, and they've been canning them this way for years. So I don't know, this is one of those. I mean, there are a few canning things out there that are considered rebel that I will be doing. This was one that was borderline, and I thought, well, you know, I've got the potatoes, so I'm going to try it. So I did, and I don't know. We'll see how they go. I'll give an update on those as I go, and I may even just hang on to one jar and set it and just mark it, just to keep an eye on it and just see how it looks after a few weeks, maybe even a couple of months, and just kind of see how it looks. I mean, none of this is anything that I intend to keep on the shelf for like years. I want to, you know, be able to be self-sufficient for like a year at a time, from one growing season to the next. So I don't have any desire to have years and years worth of anything. So I'm not really worried about anything lasting, you know, 3, 4, 5 years. If it could last me the full year to get me to the next growing season when my next crops come in, then that's my goal to do. So anyway, overall, I think everything's really good. It's getting late, and I wanted to get this video done before it got too late. My husband just went to bed, so I'm probably keeping him awake by talking. But I just wanted to give the update before it gets way too late. But I'll show a final picture of everything once it's done. And like I said, I got 71 jars total, but then the one that I know for a fact I'm going to throw away. So 70 pints out of all of this. And I did reprocess a few jars that didn't seal. I opened them up and, you know, checked the lid real good. I really don't have any idea. There were 2 or 3 that I'm pretty sure I got above the headspace, and I think that's why they didn't. So I opened them back up, and I took a couple of pieces out and checked my seals, everything. You know, wiped the jars down, new lids, all that stuff. Did them all again, and we'll see. And I marked them. Well, this one, I just took these out. These are hot, so I can't pick it up, but I put a little X on the top so that I'll know which ones are double processed, because that now makes it, these were processed for 35 minutes. So those would be processed for 70 minutes. So I'm really afraid that that's going to be just total mush. And from what I've read online, it sounds like that mashed potatoes out of these are kind of gross. So I don't know, we'll see. But I thought, you know, if nothing else, it might be, if they're still good flavor-wise, it may be something to like thicken up a soup or a stew, something along that line. But I don't know, we'll see. There weren't very many jars, but I did have a few that did not seal for whatever reason. But the rest of these did. Everything else looks great. So now my goal is to find some place to put these, because I way underestimated how many I was going to get. When I first got all these, I kept thinking, well, you know, I'll have about 30 jars or so. Never in my wildest dreams did I think 71. I have no idea how to calculate how much it's actually going to put up. So It was a pleasant surprise, but this was a lot of work, but I'm happy. This is a very satisfying thing. It's kind of cool to look at it and see what I've done. So anyway, that'll do it for this part of it. Like I'm proud of it, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. So you guys have fun. Let me know if you try this and how yours turn out, or if you have any ideas of a better way to can and to get some flavor and stuff in there. So anyway, that'll do it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.